Hello students, welcome back for the chapter Crop Production and Management. Students, previous class of the chapter we learned about the first two steps of agriculture process, that is the preparation of the soil and secondly the process of sowing. In today's class we will discuss about another two steps of agriculture, that is adding manure and fertilizers, and the next step will be irrigation. First we will see what is meant by manure and fertilizer. So manure. Manure is an organic substance obtained from decomposition. So it is an organic substance obtained from decomposition of plants and animal waste. Okay. So manure, it is an organic substance. That means it can be obtained naturally. Okay. Manures we will get from natural. We will get naturally. So how we will get, from which substance, from which living beings? So we will get from the plants and animals waste when they will get decomposed. Okay, that means decomposition. Decomposition means सड़गड़कर जो चीज जमा होती है, that is called decomposition. Okay, सड़ना गलना, that is called decomposition. So the plants, animals and waste, what the farmers they will do? The farmers they will collect the plants and animals waste and they will make a pit. Pit means a big hole. Okay, the farmers first of all they will make a big hole. In that they will add the plants and animals waste and they will let it for some days, and that waste it will get decomposed. That means it will be, before it will be very big in size, that big plants and animals waste it will get converted into, it will break down and get converted into very smaller particles, and that small particles they will get converted into the manure. Okay, and it will be used by the farmers for the production of crops, and generally we can take it as gobri in general terms we used to say, right? So that is the manure. Okay, whereas fertilizers are the chemicals. Fertilizers are the chemicals which are rich in particular nutrients. So fertilizers they are artificially prepared by we human beings. So manure it is a substance which is obtained by from the natural living things, whereas fertilizers they are prepared with the help of chemicals by the human beings. And these fertilizers, these are the chemicals which will be rich in the particular nutrients. Okay. So the major difference between manure and fertilizers is manure is an organic substance obtained from plants and animals waste, whereas fertilizers they are prepared by we human beings by using some of the chemicals to fulfill the particular nutrients which are required for the production of crops. About this in detail we will see still more explanation and still more information about this. Afterwards we will also come to know the fourth step, that is irrigation. What is irrigation? In general terms, the supply of water to the crops. So irrigation is nothing but the supply of water to the crops is called irrigation, but the supply of water should be in the regular intervals. Regular interval means here according to the timetable. That means the farmers they will make a timetable and accordingly they will supply water for the crops after some, for like example after every 3 hours they will supply the water, or every 2 hours they will supply the water, or in the morning and evening likewise. So exactly according to the timetable they will supply the water for the crops. That process is known as irrigation. So the supply of water to the crops at regular intervals is called irrigation. And in this irrigation we will also see the sources of irrigation. That means there will be a big large field and we can imagine how much water will be required to supply for the crops. So for that we need to get the sources of water also, right? So we will see which are the sources of water which will be used for the process of irrigation. Also we will see the traditional methods of irrigation and the modern methods of irrigation. So now you have to take out your explanation book, note down these things which are present on the blackboard along with the points which will be highlighting in this upcoming slide also. Listen carefully and note down all the points which will be shown for you people.
The third agriculture practice is adding manures and fertilizers. Due to the continuous cultivation of crops, the soil gets impoverished. What do you mean by impoverished? the soil would be poor in nutrients. Thus, the farmers have to add substances in the form of nutrients to the soil. These substances are called as manures and fertilizers, and these replenish the nutrients of the soil. This process is called as manuring. Manuring is a process of adding manures and fertilizers to the soil. And insufficient and improper manuring results in weak plants. Now let's see the three questions. What is manure? How is it formed? And why do we need to use manure? So what is manure? An organic substance obtained from the decomposition of plant and animal waste is called as a manure. Now how is it formed? The farmers dump plant and animal waste into the pits, which are then decomposed by microorganisms such as earthworms or microbes, and this decomposed matter forms organic manure. Now why do we need to use manure? The manure helps in retaining water level. It holds the water capacity of the soil. It makes the soil porous and improves soil texture. It helps the roots to breathe easily and exchange gases. It increases the number of friendly microbes. That is, it increases the growth of earthworms, which helps in loosening and turning the soil. Now, what are fertilizers? The fertilizers are the chemicals which are rich in a particular nutrient. How is it produced? These are produced in factories. Some of the examples of fertilizers are urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, that is NPK. Now, we know the use of fertilizers. There are both advantages as well as disadvantages. The advantages is that it helps the farmer in better yield of crop such as wheat, paddy and maize. Whereas the disadvantage is that because of this chemical, the soil becomes less fertile and it is a major source of water pollution. So because of this disadvantage, what can be done? We could substitute fertilizers with organic manure. With the help of manure, it helps to replenish the soil. And the second is that we could leave the field uncultivated in between crops. Or we could apply the process of crop rotation, that is, growing different crops alternatively. For example, if in one season we grow legumes as a fodder, and in the next season, if we grow wheat, we could find that the soil would be rich in nutrients. Therefore, crop rotation is also a very important method for substituting fertilizers. So let's see the difference between fertilizers and manures. The fertilizers are man-made, whereas manures are natural substance. The fertilizers are prepared in factories, manures are prepared in fields. The fertilizers doesn't provide any humus to the soil, whereas manures provide a lot of humus to the soil. The fertilizers are rich in nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. But manures as compared to fertilizers are less rich in nutrients. So we saw the first agriculture practice was the preparation of the soil, the second was sowing, the third was adding manures and fertilizers, and now the fourth one is irrigation. What do you mean by irrigation? Irrigation is a supply of water to crops at regular intervals. The supply of water to crops at regular intervals is called as irrigation. The time and frequency of irrigation, it varies from crop to crop. That is, the water required for wheat might not be same as compared to rice. It may vary from soil to soil and also from season to season. That is why the kharif crops require less water as compared to rabi crops. Now, the sources of irrigation are well, tube wells, ponds, lakes, river, dams and canals. Now, why is irrigation required? Germination of seeds doesn't take place under dry conditions. It have to be watered properly. Nutrients dissolved in the water are transported to each part of the plant. It protects crop from both cold as well as hot air currents. And to maintain the moisture of the soil, we require irrigation. Now, how is irrigation done? For that, we have two types of method. One is traditional methods and the other is modern methods. I'll give you a brief description about these traditional methods, but if you need a detailed lecture, message me in the comment section and I'll give you a full description about each methods. The water available in the well, lakes, rivers are lifted up by these methods and are taken to field by capital or human labor. So these are cheaper but is very less efficient and also results in water wastage. Now the first method is moat or pulley system. Here the water is lifted directly from the well with the help of a pulley and it's poured into this channel which acts as an artificial stream and it provides water to the rest of the field. The second one is a chain pump. It consists of two large wheels connected with an endless chain of buckets. One wheel is half immersed inside the source, and as this wheel rotates, the water gets filled inside the bucket, and as it reaches the top, it pours into this channel, which acts as an artificial steam. The next is Dekli. In Dekli, we have a bucket and a rope, which is connected to a large pole, and the other end of the pole is connected to a heavy stone. When we lift this up, we could get directly water from the well. And the fourth method is Rahat or lever system. Here, the water is directly taken from this well with the help of animals. It has two wheels. The animal is like a bull is connected to a wheel, and when the wheel is moved by this animal, the water is directly drawn from this source. See, this wheel is immersed inside the source, and when this bull moves in a circular motion, the wheel also moves and it takes water from this well and it pours down into this channel. Now, pumps are commonly used for lifting water. These pumps can run with the help of diesel, biogas, electricity, and solar energy. Next is the modern methods of irrigation. The first method is the sprinkler system. It is more useful in uneven land where there is insufficient water. It has perpendicular pipes. See, you can see perpendicular pipes and rotating nozzles on the top. This is a nozzle. And it is joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. See? It has perpendicular pipes with rotating nozzles and they're connected to the main pipeline at regular intervals. And when the pressure from the main pipe is produced with the help of a pump, the water escapes through these nozzles. It provides an effect of raining and it's mainly used for lawns, coffee plantations. The second is a drip system. The water falls drop by drop directly near the roots. It's a best technique for watering fruit plants and water is not wasted at all.
And that's about today's class. The further steps of the process of the agriculture that we will continue in the next class. Thank you.